that's pretty. They have goblets. Okay, I'm gonna put all right. That's good morning, everyone. How are you? I am freezing. It's a whopping 18 degrees up here in Columbia, Maryland. I waited an obscene amount of time in a drive-through for a flat white that's really not that hot. Also, I paid a $1 tip based off of the conversation we had yesterday. I am part of the problem. For them not to have the yogurt parfait, for them not to put the steamer thing in here, and for me not to have a sleeve. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was a pretty good day. I got to talk to one of my besties for a while, and she kind of helped me without her knowing, cutting out my like cutting out a pattern that when I cut out the paper, literally took me 2 hours to cut out pattern pieces. But talking to her and just having that back, that ebb and flow conversation, I was able to cut out all the pattern pieces and all the interfacing in less than an hour. It was like crazy. And I got to work on some of it yesterday, but the mail wasn't running, of course, because, it was the funeral of our former president. And so it wasn't doing it. And I had a 3 o'clock interview with a potential person with a person I am interviewing on my Patreon channel next Thursday. And I had a really good day yesterday. I have no complaints whatsoever. I was cold. Like, how Shinova's cold? I am not a socks person. I hate wearing socks to bed. I think I can't breathe for whatever the reason may be. Your girl had like fuzzy socks on and was sleeping in a hoodie. I was cold. I was so cold, even with the heater on. This cold snap it's flipping cold. And it's like a dry cold. Oh yeah, the tip thing. Yeah. And the thing is that this person didn't even wanna even stick her hand out, and I bless her heart because it's 19 degrees, and I feel like Starbucks, here's a tip. If you have Starbucks in a state that has all 4 seasons, please dress and give uniforms for your employees for all 4 seasons. They should have cute little Starbucks mittens or something, especially if they're putting their hands in and out of a drive-through. I'm just sorry, like, I don't understand how these big chains don't dress their employees properly. Hello, McDonald's, if you're in, like, Massachusetts and you're getting, like, or Boston or whatever, and you're getting, like, 18 inches of snow more a year, please give your employees that have go through the drive-through cute little gloves or mittens so they can protect their hands. It's not very much to ask for, and it's like swag, so people recognize it, maybe even wanna buy some because they think it's cute. Yeah, I'm less I was, like, leveling up. I was green tea and honey, like, on everything, and then I did a lot of steam treatments. I still have, like a little bit of a rattle in here. I'm not as congested, though, so I feel a little bit better. Oh, thank you so much, Matthew. Yeah, the tip thing is making me go nuts, so but today I was laughing, I was like, "They had to watch my." I was like, Conspiracy theory, they had to watch it because there's no sleeve," and I asked for it extra hot as and I don't think they did it because I asked for extra hot, it's not even on here. So, there's no sleeve, and there's not the stopper thing. So, there's that. But, yeah, so today I'm going to be sewing up, a pattern that I used to sew a lot, the Wayfarer sling. Um, I have a custom order for a "Don't you forget about me" Breakfast Club. Um, and it's funny because I made this exact sling, like, 4 years ago, so I'm really excited to compare the pictures. like from 4 years ago till now and see have I improved techniques? Have I improved sewing? Like, I'm really excited about it. Um, this fabric was sold from Twisted Needle Textile. Twisted Needle Textile is owned by somebody else, and I do not know the name, and I don't know if they sell this fabric. This is the last of it, and I'm really getting sad because I have enough to make maybe 1 or 2 more bags, and then that's it. I have no more. But I do love this print so much. I love the Breakfast Club. No matter if I've seen it 100 times, and if it's on regular TV, if it's on like streaming, I will sit there and watch it like every single time because it gets worse and worse each year. Because like the things that the people like some of the bullies did is like, why weren't they expelled? Like, but it's a good thing about talking about communication and opening up in schools. And I think that I don't know, I really liked it. Yes, Molly, mine's too. So I all I wanted today, because if you guys know, you've been following me, I'm like no carbs. But I in the morning I like to eat like kind of like a strawberry or a blueberry parfait where it's like strawberries and blueberries, yogurt, and then like some granola, excuse me, some granola on the like, combined or whatever. So, and every time I go there and I'm like, "Hey, I'm early," it's like 7:45 or whatever, they're always out, they never have it. And I was like, "I could have just went to the grocery store and got it," but I have to make a choice, either the grocery store or, Starbucks. Starbucks used to be in my grocery store, and they're no longer in Safeway, so I was like, "I really want coffee," so now I regret my decision, so here we are. I know, okay, so there's this small coffee shop. I was talking to someone who's seen my live, and they're in Maryland too. They're not in Columbia, they're in Ellicott, which is like our neighbors. They're still in Howard County, and they were saying there's a coffee shop, like, literally, like, a block away from me that's like a mom and pop one, and I think I'm going to go explore them this weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday, to see how they are and what they have, and I might just start going to the mom and pop one. And for mom and pop brick and mortars, I always tip, just so you know, because chances are it's just like family or like it's just like usually family running it, like the kids, the grandkids, cousins, nieces, and nephews, working it, or like friends of the family. So I always usually do that. And mom and pop shops always like, I don't know, I always feel like, the coffee and the service and everything's always better. I can't put my finger on it. This just literally makes me so much happier. So I was like I was reading more about I know we talked about Joann's, and there are gonna be some closures. They announced some closures. There is gonna be a closure in Maryland. It's not gonna be mine, but there's gonna be 2 closures in Philadelphia and 1 in Ohio, and they're, like, being really quiet about it. Um, it's interesting because 'cause they're really trying to conform into, like, Joann brand, like, their Pellon and Joann are gonna make their own interfacings, and I know they have their own sewing machine, but with this being done, there are some closures of the stores, and it's crazy. We're no longer gonna have Party Cities, all the Party Cities are closing, and all these brick and mortars are just going down, and I'm just like, it's just really crazy. The more and more I think about it, I understand we are spoiled by Amazon. We want something Amazon can deliver as soon as, the next day or the same day or like 48 hours. But now because we use Amazon for absolutely everything, um, I think this is like the the end result for us, like, not going. It's 24 degrees. Yeah, it's 19 out here, or 18, hold on, 18. Yeah, so it was just crazy. And speaking of small businesses, I don't know if you guys know about Natural Nerd. I have this, I bought this and it came in yesterday or the day before yesterday. No, it didn't come in yesterday, the day before. There was no mail yesterday. And I get questions a lot about that was my clip jar. I get questions a lot about, hold on, I'm trying to see if I can get a link for this. There we go, Shanova. Okay. So one thing I get questions a lot about is how do you charge for what you charge for your bags? And that's a very interesting question, and I always say it's very, like, personal because it has a lot to do with some some things that are personal. Okay, there's some things that are not personal, like how much you paid for your zipper pulls, how much you paid for your zipper tape, your interfacing, and things like that. But for your time and everything, it is personal. Like, so let's say we both feel like we're advanced and we both pay $26 an hour, right? I finish your bag in 2 hours and it takes you 10 hours. Is that person's bag that took 10 hours worth more than a person that took 2 hours? And vice versa. Because I finished it quicker, is my bag more than yours that took longer? So that's why I always say having telling people like mathematical equations for bags is very personal. And this crafty planner kind of helps you out with your individual goals and what you should or should not charge. So the crap this natural nerds, I didn't get to see her. I was actually looking for her at the last So Magical when I was in Florida. What was it? Not last not I was gonna be like the summer of 22. Like, not last fall, but the fall previous. I was looking for her, but I could not find her booth. Um, she creates planners as well as project planners that she mostly gears to bag makers. So in her thing, she has I'm not gonna show you her things. I don't want anyone there's clever people that will like freeze frame it and try to take things, but like she has like where you put like the project name, when your due date is, and the start date and when you finish. She has how you break down the material, the sourcing, the quality, and the cost. And then she has like a mathematical equation of like wages and all this stuff where you break down and you find the total cost. But then she one up is it like final reflections. This is what gets me. This will show you what I'm doing with this Breakfast Club, like your final reflections. Like, did you like how you did your pocket? What would you change on this bag? And then take a picture of it and place it in here. And I told you a couple months ago I bought a small camera that not a small printer that I could print out my pictures of my bags, and I've been putting them on this one little diary thing so that way I can have an idea of what if somebody asks me to replicate a bag, or if I do replicate a bag later on, I can see how I improved or whatnot. And I think this is genius. Like, I honestly don't understand why this is not talked about more, because if you're replicating bags, you're gonna you need reflection because you may change certain things in bags on a bag-to-bag basis. This is one of the reasons why I like paper patterns versus reading it on a PDF. I write all over my patterns. If anyone ever came into my workroom, you will see writing all over a pattern. That's no matter if I tested for it or not, because it's about reflections and what things you would change and how you would change do them differently. If you're part of my Patreon, you probably already know Shanova writes and doodles all over her patterns. And that's something that I show a lot on my thing because it's important to see where like what you want to change on a pattern. So I like this formula. This project planner is not very expensive. It's under $20. But I like the fact that it's a nice size planner, project planner, and you can do a lot of different projects and then put pictures on there and do reflection and put the cost of the bag. I don't like when people are like do the bag times the material times 3, because I don't your time might be worth way more than that, as well as what if you got something on sale opposed to not having it on sale, and it just leaves so many room for little errors, and are you really paying yourself what you're worth? Um, and that's a big question. That's a good question. I know I get a lot of people looking at me like, you charge a lot for your bags," and I'm like, "Yes, I do." I was looking at my reflection on my square and my the year-end reflection of 2024. My average sell my average sale. So they copulate all they take all your cells and put them in one. My average sale per day, like on my best week, was anywhere from $355 to 450. And I know everyone else can do this. It's not just me. I know what I'm worth and I know what you're worth. And I think that it's time that we put our foot down and say what we're worth, because our bags are better than Dooney& and Burke. Our bags are better than Coach. Our bags are better than Louis Vuitton. There are tons of videos with people taking apart these bags and showing that they don't even have the interfacing that we do have. They don't have the stitch quality that we do have. They don't have the time and the care that we do have. They just have a name. That's it. And how you build a name for yourself is your customer service and what you put out there to make your bag look different. So start believing in yourself and start organizing yourself, and you'll see those changes. There are a lot of people, especially in my area, in the Delmarva area, that there are other people that I don't want to say compete. We also go to these Comic Cons and they sell their bags way more than mine. Their pages are selling like $500-600 for a bag that's similar to mine. And I don't like, oh my God, they sell it more. I'm like, go on, girl, get it. Like, because if they see the market is like that for our bags, and then when they see my bags, they don't even blink an eye, they just buy. And I think that organization is starting now. We're only on the 10th day of January, and it's time for us to organize and figure out what you wanna do, whether you're selling this, as a side hustle, or you wanna start a business, or you even have it as a just like a craft, a passion, you need to get organized, especially if you're just selling it for friends here and there. People will use you if you let them. If you're like, "Here, I'll make it for 75," they're gonna take that deal. They're going to take that deal because they see what you are able to do. So, I'm gonna get off my podium about organization and price, but that's the reason why I don't you don't hear me really talking about it, because you're gonna hear a lecture that you need to know what you're worth. Um, so I'm gonna put the Wayfair, um link in here. None of these are affiliates. It's just some things I find and I think they're cool, and I know somebody's gonna ask. This bag, I'll take a picture of it when it's done, but this bag is super cool. It comes together fast, but I don't know what about the pattern pieces. Um, it takes me forever to cut out this bag. I have no idea why. It just takes me forever, but it comes out super cool. There's two parts of this bag, and I think there's even like there's Wayfair 2.0 where, like, you can have 2 water jugs on it, but so it has it where you can have one backpack pocket, or you can have a double. So I think that is really cool, and I think the 2.0, you can have it where the sling unzips to a backpack and it has, like, 2 areas for water bottles, and I think that's really awesome. I haven't made that one yet. I know they were really popular 4 years ago, and when someone ordered it, I was like, "Really?" And I had to go back to my patterns and Etsy, and then I seen it and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool. I haven't made one of these in, like, 4 years." And I love, like, revisiting a pattern that you really loved a couple years ago, and it kind of is like rekindling a romance. And so far, I'm really liking this bag. I'm using this, gorgeous Till. This oh god, this Till vinyl is amazing, but then, I found the perfect oh, sorry. I found the perfect Till 90 weight thread. If this ain't Tiffany blue, and it's from Sellrite, and it's 90 weight thread, and it's color, 169 sorry, 169, 74. If you listen to Little John in the early 2000s, you know what I'm laughing at. Alright, so there's that, and then, I didn't get to show you guys I made the Euro wallet. I don't know if I showed you yesterday, and this is what I'm gonna be teaching at the, Saks Expo. It has a really cool, zipper pocket, and, it has a zipper pocket and 2 credit card slots, and you could put another slip pocket, or you can do the same treatment that you did on this side on this. I love this wallet. I understand why they market to intermediate to advanced, but don't let that stop you. It's mostly this curve. I did a little bit different technique than what is shown in the pattern, because I'm really weird about curve areas, and I'm going to teach people in California how to get achieve this, like, perfect curve, whether than having the buckling or snip it into your, um, zipper tape. I never slip into it. If you do, that's, that's good for you. I just don't. I've always had where it unravels, and then I'm devastated. So, I use some leather. I have some scrap leather. I use some, leather accents for the wristlet, and then I also on the donut pulls, I put some leather accents as well. This is the collection from OSHA that is, I think it's Frodo's Journey. So you get to see the spider, the man-shifting bear, and Smog, and then, of course, you get I was gonna say the don't the Elvish print, and I really like the way this came out. So, that is one of my favorite ones too. Yes, you and even if you give it away, you need to have a price point because here's the thing. Let's say you give a bit away a bag to your sister or your cousin or your friend, right? They're rocking your bag at the grocery store. And then someone's like, "Ooh, where's this bag from?" They're like, "Oh, this is from my cousin Patricia." And then they give you your card. You need to have a price point on that bag and not fumble when they contact you like, let me get back to you." Before you give that bag away as a gift, have a price point because I guarantee you somebody's going to like that bag somewhere, and when they get in contact with you, be like, "Oh, yeah, my cousin Susie? Yeah, that bag is 300 and something dollars." But the price is adjustable based off of what you wanna make it from. Do you wanna have, um make it out of recyclable materials like we could find at, from jeans or jackets that you have in your own closet? Do you know, like, just sell yourself, not like in a negative way, but sell yourself and show them what you're worth. Show them that you have the knowledge and the craftsmanship behind your name. Y No one's gonna believe in you until you believe in yourself. So, yeah, believe in yourself. What up, Lynette? Yeah, don't undersell your bags. Seriously, don't undersell them because then it's not only hurting you, but it's hurting the sewing community. Because then someone will be like, "Oh, I found another person that could do it for $75," and you're just like, "Okay, great." So just make always have a price point. That's why natural nerds this thing, I'm telling you, this is a smart thing. We're in January. Organize yourself. So like this will also help with your UFOs. So let's say you have an NCW. You put everything that you have for in there, you get the price quote on here, and then you take a picture, put it on here, and now you know. And let's say you're like, okay, it didn't go anywhere for 2 years, and you give it to your sister, someone sees it, and you can now say, "Oh, I have a picture of this. I know I put in here," and you're not trying to remember everything. After you make like 25 bags, there is no way in Hades you're gonna remember everything you put in every single bag. Like, there's no way. You're not gonna remember if that shape flex or that Pelon that you put in there was it on sale? Did you get it when it was like on Black Friday and there was 50% off, or like you that's why you need the project thing. Oh, I'm sorry. You definitely need to call Sellrite. I'm sorry about that. So, yeah, just figure out that part and just go from there. And then, the one other thing I wanna say is that when I was talking to the owner who makes this, if you I don't know if you are in the Natural Nerds Facebook group, but she has some really cool things going on. Without giving away too much, she does give a she does have some cool things about, like, your bag worth, like, because she does custom fabrics and custom pulls. She doesn't do anything that's licensed, it's all her own work. Like, I always buy my bead pulls, my mushroom pulls, and everything like that from her. Um, but she has, like, a lot of things within her group to help, like, boost up people within her group to sell better 'cause she herself is a bag maker as well. So there's a new project going on with, like, recyclable goods, like having a recyclable like, project so along, like getting, like, recyclable jeans, recyclable fabrics from, like, a Goodwill or something in your closet and making that bag, and I'm like, "This is dope. We need this. We're so busy doing these fast grabs." Like, we have fear in our community. Like, if you don't get this, then you're missing out and you'll never get it again, versus, like, trying to use stuff that we have within our budget or trying to use stuff that we have within our stash. So, if you're part of her Facebook group, then hold on. If you're part of her Facebook group, then, man, my computer I'm telling you, ever since that snowstorm, my computer has been working like slow motion. And then, if you're part of her Facebook group, then you should know like all the cool things and events she has. If not, this is the link. Again, I have no affiliation or anything. It's just when I see cool stuff, I want to share it. I just wanna share it, like, because I think it's cool that there's someone in our, community that is trying to do something that can help benefit us, and then again, the Crafty Planner, I've been trying to talk to her since the last, So Magical. I just couldn't find her booth, so what I do, I'm notorious for this, that if I like something and I find something I really like, I keep it, I tag it, or take the link and I put it inside my calendar for a future date, and then that's what triggers my memory. But that's exactly why having a planner is really important, because you can keep all your notes and everything together, and especially for bag making, because you just don't know. Like, if you guys seen my calendar for just January for Patreon, you'll be like, what the heck? There's so many steps and so many things, and having something tangible sometimes is easier than having something electronic, because sometimes I ignore notifications and I can't ignore something that's right in front of me. And that's another reason why I always print out patterns versus um, swiping on my tablet. I don't, it's just something tangible in my hand. It's easier for me to, it's easier for me to do. Yes. Oh yeah. And Angela, the thing about Etsy pricing, I used to do that, but the thing is that, okay, people in different demographics can sell different things too. Like, if you're in California and you're in Malibu, you could sell way more than me in Columbia, Maryland. And also look at the sell base. Like, how many bags have this person sell? Have they sold 1,000? They maybe have like a really loyal clientele, and that's it. And then I don't even think Etsy's a good base anymore. I would start looking on Instagram. Instagram has it now where, like, if I was to put this on here, someone can buy it from my Instagram through Shopify. Like, but I put the price and they click it, that's it. Instagram, I've been seeing a lot of bag makers talking about their year-end review, and they sold like 200 bags, 300 bags through Instagram. That's something I think I'm gonna start doing in February or maybe even this month and not procrastinate, just to see what the difference is for the year. And I think I might keep Etsy and do Instagram for a year and come back and tell you guys this is what my perspective is. Me personally, for me, I do get sales through Etsy. And I have clients that know me through Etsy, but I sell in person, number 1, and then I have a client base that they know they can just email me like, "Can you make me this?" And I built up clients over the last 6 to 8 years. So, building up communication back and forth and talking to people and building up that clientele is really important. Just like when I told you that person wanted me to remake a strap, and a lot of you are like, "Well, charge them." I'm like, That's not how you build a clientele. It's a Yes, it may cost me $15, but this person has made bought 6 bags for me. And then literally after I made sent them that, they're like, "Oh, I want you to make XYZ bag. How much would it cost?" Business state of mind and craft state of mind are 2 different things. Sometimes you have to give and take and, like, just go for it. Like, during the holidays, I do a winter sale just for my clients, and I send them a coupon, and no one else has it. Like, they can't get it on Etsy, they can't get it in anything. It's based off their email and their cell phone. So, like, there's certain things that you have to do. Sorry, my phone is just, like, buzzing. There's certain things you have to build that clientele base. Okay, Arna, I'm here for you too, like, print out those like, you know what patterns I love to get? I love to get by Annie patterns because they're so pretty printed out, like, I have like, cause she doesn't have PDF, they're paper patterns, but they always make me so happy because 'cause they're so colorful and stuff. Yeah, but, Karen, same with, Etsy takes a cut. Everything any platform you go on, Shopify takes a cut, anything, any platform you do is gonna take a cut. If you were to do it just, make your own online base, you're gonna have to pay your taxes, and you're gonna have to pay the whatever browser or whatever place that you are, selling it from. You're gonna have to pay something no matter what. So, Etsy takes a cut and Instagram takes a cut, Shopify takes a cut, GoDaddy takes a cut, like, Squarespace takes a cut, like, you just gotta figure out which one works best for you. People are familiar with Squarespace, Shopify, and Etsy, but now with Etsy having, like, a lot of non, um oh, how do I say this, without sounding, um, shop Etsy has a lot of non handcrafted people, there we go. Handcrafted people, so a lot of people are cognizant about that, and they don't like that, so they don't want to do it. You'll be surprised how many people contact me off of Etsy and say, "Can I have your email address, or do you have another way I could pay you?" And I'll send them a PayPal invoice, PayPal takes a cut. And so, like, everyone takes a cut, because they Etsy I just because a lot of people know Etsy takes a huge cut, and a lot of people don't wanna support Etsy because they have other people than handcrafted people there. They have a lot of manufacturers and stuff like that that is diluting the handcrafted community, and it's hard. But if you have a genuine, um clientele, then it's actually beneficial. It's a very weird thing. And the only reason why I keep it is because people I have people coming back like, "Hey, I went to the Doctor Who convention 6 years ago and I still have your card. Oh my god, your bags look amazing. I want to get this one." And you're just like, this is why you keep certain like web browsers and web things because people do come back. People do come back from different times and you're just like, "Whoa." Yeah. Oh, this book is called, From Natural Nerds. I put the link in the description, and it's called The Project Planner, and, hey, Liz, it's called The Project Planner, and it's from Natural Nerds. It's l underneath at $18. It's really cool. I don't wanna like, show so much, but, like, on one side, you have, like, the projects. You write down, like, the material, the source, the quantity of each thing. You put the due date, the project name, the customer's name, and then you break down numbers. Like you break down everything, like you're interfacing everything and then hours. And then on this side you have reflection and you take a picture and you put the picture here. And so like I was telling everyone the reflection is like pretty cool because you are talking about like what you would change in your next bag. So like for me, like if I was to do a reflection on the euro, I would definitely keep this, and I actually think I would do a slip pocket or do just another zipper pocket with the credit card without the credit card slots on this side. I also think that I would make templates that are a half an inch smaller all the way around from Craft Text and slide this in where the opening is where we closed it. So that way this could be a little bit sturdier. And I like the way Craft Text feels. That's what I would put on here. So the next time I make it, I'm like, what can I do different? Oh yeah, Craft Text, dude. Craft Text. So- and it helps. Like little things like that helps. Having the reflection, as soon as I seen that in her book, I smiled. I smiled ear to ear. And I was like, "That's pretty awesome." Like, no one ever thinks of things like that, and I was like, "It is January, and I wanted to let you guys know." Again, I have no affiliation whatsoever. It's January. It's time to get organized, and most people don't know how much they spend on a project. If you wanna know how much you're spending on a project, this might be the book for you. It doesn't even it's under $18, I think it's, like, under $20, and she even finds, like, the cheapest way for you to get it shipped to you, like she's really budget conscious, like, she's the first one I've seen like that. Um, but if you buy this book and get the cheapest shipping, you can't order any of her hardware, and I'm gonna tell you this now, once you go to Natural Nerd, you're gonna want the hardware. I always buy the mushrooms. I She has bumblebees. I have this oh my god, I have this, fantasy for Bridgerton, and she has, like, the honeycombs and stuff. You have no idea. Shinova has a Bridgerton bag in mine as soon as Bridgerton comes back out. So, I think that's really good, and then she also has a more in-depth planner that has this kind of planner in part of it, where it breaks out daily, like, how to schedule time for yourself and allot time. There's a lot of people that don't they come to me and they're like, "How do you work this out with time?" This is my job. This is my job. I have orders I have to fill. I have Patreon. I have a lot of little things that I do for small businesses, like making totes or whatever. This is my job. I come to work right after I drop off my kids, and I generally try to stop when they come in. But sometimes I can't stop until 5 or 6. There are times that I even pull later, like, especially on the weekends, if I know my husband's home and he can take care of anything that the kids needs, there is. There's very few times that I take off, like, I took off for the last 2 weeks when my husband was off, and that was amazing, and also terrifying because when I came back to my machine, I was like, "Oh my god, I missed you." I almost hugged my machine, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I think I hugged it for, like, a cool 5 minutes. And so, um, but I think organization we're in January 10th, it's not too late. Get organized, it will help you, and having something that can help you out with price points, you can't beat that. Good morning. You got the bumblebees, right? And she I think she also has a Sasquatch where where like, super cute. She has the bumblebees, she has the dead man toe, and I think that's a play on, Hocus Pocus. If I don't stop getting Loki's hair this dog's hair, for him to have no hair, appears everywhere. Yep, and Shopify has a great app, and that's what I'm saying, like, there are posts, just look at if you wanna know more information about Instagram, I'm going to do a year in review when I'm done trying to compare, but that's far from out. Put in the Instagram thing in question inside so whatever search engine or create a bag magazine search engine or one of the any bag groups, and you should be able to get pop some information from somewhere someone else doing it. Um we have a lot of information at our fingertips, we just need to search for it. There's a lot of people that do it, and I think it's a kinda cool thing, especially if you have a really strong social media following, and there is the things of putting SEO hashtags, and you might get someone that never even knew you existed seeing your bag, and they're like, "Holy crap, I need to get that," and the fact that they don't have to go to Etsy and they could just buy it from your page, it's cool. I know. Okay, so I've had a Shopify solo before I had Etsy. I had it 2 years in a row. No one ever bought anything for me on Shopify. I used to put vlogs, blogs, and then I just closed it down. Etsy always does me right. Like, I make a lot of money on Etsy. I'm not gonna lie. So and I guess I'm a lazy person when it comes down to shipping. That's why I like PayPal too, because before they took it away, they had like ship pirates or whatever, and I can just do everything on there. Like anything that has like all the shipping and everything included, I'm here for it, right? Everyone buys stuff from me when on Etsy or PayPal, and then Square is what I use when I'm in person. And then sometimes ask me, some people ask me like in the same town as me or in the same city or whatever, like, "Hey, I want to buy this. Can I meet up with you at the Starbucks here?" And I'll just like do it via Square Tap or whatever, and that's it. So I use those are the three things I use. So I'm going to incorporate now Etsy. So this is going to be interesting to revisit Shopify. So yeah, that's all I have for you, my friends. Today I am going to be making my Wayfarer bag, and I think I should be able to get this finished before 2, take a couple pictures. Trying to find the pictures from 2000. I think I made the bag in 2020 just to see if I've made it better than I originally did. It's always interesting to see your previous work from making the same exact bag, basically, because this person found the bag I on like in Instagram, but it's, like, on a shuffle, like, "Oh, my bags that I made in 2020," and they took a screenshot, and I'm like, "I don't even think I have pictures of this bag," and they were like, "I want this bag," and I'm like, "Oh, I do have the Breakfast Club material," and here we are. So, yeah, and this also for the people I think this a theme too, because everyone always thinks I only do nerdy fabrics. No. Most time my customs are something throwback from, like, Breakfast Club or, like, they are Lord of the Ring or whatever. But I get a lot of people asking me for just, like, leather bags or just, like, something rainbow, colorful. I just don't usually post them a lot on my Instagram or whatever, because most of the time when I'm posting things on Instagram, I'm trying to get the people that are going to the future cons to see what bags I have so they can save up for the bags, if that makes sense. I know, I seen that. We're supposed to get a little bit more snow here too, but I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near what Alabama's getting and everything. I know Tennessee's getting hit. This storm, man, this winter snow is pretty interesting, but it's so cold here that if Maryland pops off, and Maryland and DC is infamous for raining, if it pops off, we're SOL. And anyone that's in California, I am really thinking about you. I am praying. I I've seen some very disturbing things that some of the firefighters didn't have hoses. They were using women's bags and filling up with water and trying to dump things over. I'm really concerned because I remember earlier last year they let go 119 firefighters in LA County. And I'm over politics, and I'm just seeing everybody's stuff just burn up, like, their whole life. It's crazy, it's super crazy. Yeah, they were using purses, and there was somebody that, seen it, and then, like, they were donating, like, all their totes and purses, like, to redo it. These firefighters are doing whatever they could to get to take out the fires, and I'm just like, if they're not if that's not a superhero, I don't know what is. Like, they didn't say, "Oh, we don't have hoses, we quit." No, they kept going. That's what a hero does, right? So, it's hard not to watch it and not cry. Like, it's everywhere. It is absolutely everywhere, and fires are very common in California. That's like saying hurricanes in Louisiana or tornadoes in Tornado Alley. But man, this is just ripping and roaring and destroying, and it's not in like just the 215 area. It's literally in LA County, and it's just destroying. Um, so it's just really crazy. And I lived in California for like all my life. I was born and raised. I was born in Tustin, and I left when I was like 26 or 27. And it's just crazy. And I have tons of family out there. It's nuts. Yeah. They were saving photos too. They were doing so much. Like, yeah, if I mean anything you guys can do, like if you see like, I don't anything that you guys ever do, there's so many things. There's like I seen online that there are if you call firefighter stations in California, they are taking donations for food for them because 'cause they're working around the clock. There are places in California like the ACPA or the dog shelters and pet shelters that are they're accepting and need donations for food. Just think of that. Even if it's like $5, it's $5 more than they had today. There's people are taking in dogs left and right, cats left and right, animals. Weirdly, there's man. Okay, so because it's in like the Palisades, it's a lot of celebrities' home. There's a lot of exotic animals that they are not supposed to have that are out and about. And yeah, a lot of exotic, like, why the hell is that in California kinda animal? They're not based in California kinda animal. Um, it's just crazy. And there's people like Jamie Lee Curtis who's, like, already putting, like, everything she has into California. So, if you don't have anything, totally get it, you pray. Send positive thoughts, do whatever you gotta do. If you are able to do something, reach out directly to someone in there. Don't fall for scams online, because there are with tragedy comes buttholes that want to take advantage of people. So make sure you reach out to the right places and verify them because whenever there's something bad, there's always that one person that has to make everything worse. Yeah. Yes, horses, yes, in the Palisades, Linda, yeah. See, and that's a thing, that's a th the horses are really normal in California, especially when you have a lot of land, but it's crazy, and then so, like, Linda is there, like, there's so many places, like, it's just crazy. I'm just praying, and I remember it kinda gave me backflashes. My daughter is born in 2004, my oldest daughter, right? And it reminds me of 2002 when we had those fires that we were basically wearing masks because it was raining ash, and I had it was black. I lived off of Hospitality Lane, and it was black. It was raining ash for weeks, weeks. And yes, California is used to fires. It's like saying, like, this is like Katrina for California. That's the best way. I know that's a horrible analysis to some, but, like, Louisiana gets hurricanes, but Katrina was devastating. That's what I'm trying to compare it to. California gets fires. There's fire season just like there's hurricane season. This is devastating to California. So, just, keep them in your thoughts, and there might be things that people could do even if you don't donate money, maybe it's donating, food like clothes, purses, whatever you could do, so just think of that stuff. I know, reach out to families, do what you gotta do. My family's okay, my immediate family, my mom and my sister are okay. I do have families and other cousins and aunts and stuff like that in LA County that I haven't been able to get a hold of yet. But it's crazy. So just keep them in your thoughts and hopefully everything will just die down. But still the devastation, I can't like I don't even want to be on Facebook. I don't want to be on Instagram because watching the photos, it's like hard not to cry. It's hard not to cry, and then just listening to people saying that they're praying for rain or it's hard. So, I'm gonna hop off, and I hope everyone has a really great day. I will see you on Sunday. Remember, tomorrow is Sleep-In Saturday, and I hope you guys have a really good day today and tomorrow. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.